Right when you thought the Blackjack topic coverage on this channel had finally come to an end, two brand new weekly contracts were dropped into the black market in Call of Duty Black Ops 3, rekindling that Black Tide Blackjack romance that we all know and love. Welcome back to BlackTideTV, bringing you the best of all things gaming each and every day. Today we're back on Call of Duty Black Ops 3, and I've got my final captured gameplay of my original week with Blackjack to share with you. This is by far the best gameplay I managed to receive while playing with Blackjack, so it is extremely exciting for me to show this to you. The topic of today's video is contracts and Blackjack and how those things can be improved in the game. Blackjack was a little bit too overhyped, and there's some things that could definitely be improved upon when it comes to this specialist character. Same thing goes when it comes to contracts. The contracts are way too easy in this game, especially for some of the tryhard players out there like yours truly, and I'd like to see them develop those contracts so that they make a little bit more sense, so that they're actually tiered to which player is trying to get these contracts done. So I've got a list of things today of how to improve contracts and how to improve Blackjack. Some of them are my ideas, some of the things I've found in the comment section of my videos or other videos, and it's basically just like a group consensus of what people want to see in improvements in the Blackjack contract system. So, starting with contracts, I'd like to see some either evolving or repetitive contracts. Basically what I mean by this is the contract for the daily. Say for example it is get 10 headshots, and once you get those 10 headshots you get 10 crypto keys as a reward. Now say you do that and that's super easy. 10 headshots, I literally did it in less than a game, like 5 minutes out of that game. I completed that, done, over with, easy. Here's my 10 crypto keys. Now I have nothing to do for the rest of the day. It took me 5 minutes out of my 24 hours. What am I supposed to do with the remaining 23 hours and 55 minutes? Well, how about we evolve that contract? So you completed the first tier of the contract, tier 2 flips over, and now it's get 20 headshots and you get 20 crypto keys. Or even, they could even keep it the same, make it 20 headshots for another 10 crypto keys. And then once you complete that, say it flips over again and you get 30 headshots for 30 crypto keys. Or again, just keep it the same, 30 headshots for 10 crypto keys. So it just keeps evolving, keeps getting more difficult. It would make sense if the prizes got better for the more difficult contract that you're doing. So making the crypto key reward a little bit higher each time. But honestly, they wouldn't even have to do that. Just evolving the contract and making it more difficult to complete each time would make it a little bit better. It would make it so that you can keep playing all day long and keep winning rewards for playing. The daily contract is is one final quest. That's all you have to do is 10 headshots and you're done. So you get on the game, you play 10 headshots, you get your 10 crypto keys. All right, I'm coming back tomorrow. That was a good 5 minutes of gameplay. Whereas if they wanted to keep players interested in the game, if they wanted people to stay in the game and keep playing, they could evolve that daily contract throughout the day as you complete it and then keep people playing for longer. That's what they want in the long run, so I don't know why they didn't do this at the very beginning of the game. The second option for contracts is repetitive contracts, which is kind of similar. Instead of getting more difficult, it just repeats the contract. So it's, say you have to win 3 hardpoint games, which is the daily today. Say I win my 3 hardpoint games and I get my 10 crypto keys, it just flips over and it says win 3 more hardpoint games and I get 10 more crypto keys. That would be a good idea too, so that you could just keep continuously completing the daily contract and getting more and more crypto keys. Same thing should go for the weekly contract. Either have it so it increases in difficulty, like I said, or just have a repetitive weekly contract so that once both contracts for the weekly are done, it's finished, you get your mercenary contract, you can start using Blackjack, but the challenge itself resets because I'm going to be able to do this weekly contract in a single day, and then what do I do for the other 6 days? So the other 6 days, you get another set of weekly contracts, and you can earn another mercenary contract, so you can use Blackjack more, so that you can get your extra 30 crypto keys a lot faster again and again and again. It would make sense to have either repetitive or evolving contracts in this game, and that's what I'd like to see. One final recommendation for the weekly contracts. I would like to see a higher reward for the weekly contract. As of right now, you only get 30 crypto keys and your mercenary contract to use Blackjack. But if we're thinking about it, the daily contract is 24 hours long and you get 10 crypto keys for it. So it's supposed to take you 1 day to complete and you get 10 crypto keys. The weekly is supposed to take you 7 days to complete, but you only get 30 crypto keys. I think it should be fractionally I can't think of the word right now, fuck, but it should be equivalent or some sort of equivalency to the daily contract. So in one day, you're supposed to earn 10 crypto keys. So in 7 days, you should earn 70 crypto keys, not 30. So you should get 70 crypto keys and the mercenary contract for completing the weekly contract, not 30. That's stupid. That's one rare supply drop for the entire week's worth of work. That seems kind of ridiculous. Now, let's move on to how to make Blackjack better. This list doesn't necessarily revolve, or the things in this list don't necessarily go together. There's some things that contradict each other, so think of each thing as an individual idea. Like I said, a lot of these came from comment sections. A lot of them came from my own personal ideas, but they don't necessarily have to go together with each other. There's a lot of things that actually contradict each other based on what they're going to do to improve it, if they did improve it, and all kinds of stuff like that. So just think of each of these things as a separate idea. Don't think of them all as I want to see every single one of these done. So the first one that I'd like to see is Blackjack unlocked for a full week once he is earned. So once you complete the weekly contract, you should be able to use Blackjack for the rest of the week, not just 60 minutes. If I am that adamant to go out and get my weekly done, if I want to go out and get it done in the first 12 hours of gameplay, like the Blackjack stream that I did last week, we completed the weekly contracts and earned Blackjack in 5 hours. If I want to go out and get my Blackjack in 5 hours, I would like to be able to use him for the rest of the week. If I am pulling on my tryhard panties and I'm going for it, I want to be able to get an advantage from that, not just, oh, I get to use Blackjack a little bit earlier and waste my 60 minutes a lot quicker than anybody else in the game. It's like, if I go ahead and I do all that work, I want to use my Blackjack for the rest of the week, and I think that's how it should work. Blackjack, once he's unlocked, should be good until the next weekly contract comes out. The second thing that could come out that would be an improvement on Blackjack is for his challenges, his side bet challenges. If you did not know, there are 6 side bet challenges that you have to wait for each new week of Blackjack to complete, and I think that is ridiculous. I think if I am good enough to be able to complete multiple side bet challenges in my 60 minutes that I'm allowed, I should be able to complete those. I shouldn't have to wait another full week before I get my next Blackjack to complete my next side bet challenge. There are 6 of those. That means I'm going to be waiting for 6 weeks before I can complete my Blackjack character, and that's annoying as hell. I want to be able to complete him now. I want to be able to finish all my contracts, get that Blackjack mastery calling card, and be like, yeah, I did Blackjack in my first week of Blackjack. Look at me, I'm that special. But we can't do that, so it just sucks. Like, we have to wait a whole other week before the next calling card is unlocked. Seems ridiculous. All of them should be unlocked from the very first time you unlock Blackjack, and you should be able to unlock them all in one go. I'd like to see Blackjack re-earnable once expired through additional weekly contract completion. So this is an optional, a different version of what we've already talked about of him being unlocked for a full week. This one will be like, you do your 60 minutes with Blackjack and he expires, and then the weekly contract resets, and then you can do it again during the same week to unlock another 60 minutes with Blackjack. Now that would be a pretty cool idea if I do say so myself. I'd like to see, then you've got another, more inspiration to do more weekly contracts, to get your weekly contract done sooner, so then you can earn Blackjack multiple times throughout the week. It would just make sense to do that as well. Extra character specific challenges with time boosts for completion. So this is another kind of twist on the last one and the first one that I mentioned about Blackjack, about how improving the times that you get to use him for, and improving like using the weekly contracts and all this. This one is a little bit of a different idea. Give us more Blackjack challenges. Give us specific specialist weapon or like gambler or rogue challenges apart from the side bet that reward extra time. So say you finish a challenge that's like use an enemy specialist weapon and get a triple kill in a game or something like that. And for that you get an extra 10 minutes with Blackjack, and that just adds on to your 60 minutes that are currently in progress. I think that would be really cool to see some challenges that you can complete to earn extra time. It just makes sense to put that in the game. Like, why wouldn't they add extra challenges for Blackjack? Apart from just this side bet, there's nothing really to do with him. So I mean, it would be really cool to see that in this game as well. Second to last here, I'd like to see some unique costumes, taunts, gestures unlocked upon each tier of the side bet completion for Blackjack. Currently, there's nothing special about Blackjack. He can't do a special taunt. He can't do a dance at the end of the game. You can't put different costumes on him. The only thing that changes his costume is if you're using Rogue or Gambler, and that's kind of silly. I'd like to see some hero gear on my Blackjack. I'd like to earn a bunch of wacky and weird looking things to put on him, and then with the final completion of the full side bet mastery challenge, I'd like to see hero gear on Blackjack, and you can't do that right now, so that's annoying. I'd like to see some costumes, some taunts and gestures. Maybe they can unlock with each tier of the side bet challenge. Say you complete the first version of the side bet challenge and you unlock a taunt and a new outfit. And then the second one, you get another new outfit and another new taunt. And then by the end of all 6 tiers, you have 2 taunts for each thing, like the boast, the good game, and the whatever. So you get, and the threaten, I think it's called. So you have 2 taunts for each of those, and 6 new costumes, including the hero gear costume by the time you're done your side bet. The final idea that has come up for the Blackjack character actually came from a commenter in one of my videos. Trevor Morris, he's been commenting on a lot of my videos lately. He's a big fan of the channel, so shout out to him. But he's got this great idea, which I never even thought of. It's absolutely amazing. When you're using Blackjack for the 60 minutes that you get Blackjack, you should have unrestricted access to all DLC weapons in the game. Blackjack is the black market dealer. He's the guy that sells us these weapons. It makes sense that he would have full access to all the weapons at all times. So when you activate your 60-minute mercenary contract with Blackjack, you get access to every single DLC weapon for that 60 minutes. I think that would be absolutely amazing. It would be so cool to get some hands-on with those DLC weapons that you can't earn while you're using Blackjack. It would give people a lot more incentive to go and earn Blackjack, and I think that would just be really cool. That's all I have for how to improve Blackjack and the contracts in this game. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, hit the like button, subscribe if you're new. We may do a live stream a little bit later on completing the new weekly contracts. I'll let you know on my Twitter page at BlackTideTV. Until then, I'll see you guys on the next one.